everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you along with me as I create this TomBow watercolor painting. Today's a little bit different though because this one did not go as planned. I was having such a hard time with it. I really wasn't happy with what I was creating, and halfway through filming I really wanted to stop and give up. It can be super discouraging when something you're creating doesn't go as planned, and not only am I frustrated because I don't get the piece of art that I was hoping to, but I also lose out on the content that I was working really hard filming. But this time I decided to just keep going. It's a very real experience as an artist and putting out content that sometimes it doesn't go as planned. It's not going to be what we hoped it would be every single time. And I thought that it was a good learning experience and could be possibly encouraging to others when you're trying to make things and it doesn't work out. That is what everybody goes through. And I think that it might be refreshing to watch videos sometimes of people who are artists again for full time. Like, this is my job. And right here, right now, you get to watch me quote unquote fail. So I hope that you enjoy, and please be kind. It's not the worst thing that I've ever created. It's not even a bad or terrible piece of art. It's just not what I wanted it to be. Just before I recorded this video, I had recorded another one that also didn't turn out the way that I had hoped. And then I came to this one a little bit cloudy. My mind was a little bit preoccupied because I had just, again, quote unquote, failed at another piece of art. So when I sat down to film this, I was already in my head a bit more than usual. Even when I sketched out the colors and mapped them out on paper, I already didn't like what I was making. It's like as soon as the pen touched the paper, I knew that something was wrong. It just didn't feel right from the beginning. And halfway through, about here, I really wanted to stop filming. I really wanted to give up. But I thought, keep going. I have too many pieces of paper lying around with unfinished art. I don't know if it's a good thing to force yourself to finish, but that's what I decided to do, and I ended up being very glad that I did. I've taken such a long break from filming videos and from creating in this way that I do feel a little bit rusty, but even more so than feeling out of practice, I feel intimidated by the camera, knowing that people are going to watch me again, knowing that I'm putting myself out there. And I think getting in my head really made it difficult for me to create the piece of art that I wanted to. And I need to let go of that pressure. Honestly, it's part of the reason that I had to stop putting out videos in the first place. Was it ended up not being great for my mental health any longer. I have an image in my head of what it needs to look like and what it should look like. And when that doesn't transfer out onto the paper, it's very frustrating. And that is my experience. This really threw me for a loop. This really was a bit of a struggle, but I think that it's something that we should talk about. So here I am talking about it. If I only edit and put out the videos that I really like the art that I create, I feel like I'm fabricating my experience as an artist, and I want to stay very real, because including me failing is including a huge part of my process as an artist. I fail, and just as a person in general, I fail. I've previously had videos where I include the mistakes that I've made, and at the end I get to where I want to be. This video is a little bit different because the entire video is me making something that I didn't love as much as I thought I would at the end of it. And I didn't want it to feel like a waste of a video for you guys. I'm not putting this out just so that I have a video. After deciding to continue recording and editing it, looking back, I really saw the value in releasing the times that it doesn't work out. So this might end up being a little series. I don't know. This might be a series called Watch Me Struggle or Watch Me Fail. And I hope that on days when you're also struggling or failing, these videos can be refreshing. It's such a strange situation that I find myself in, because online I'm constantly trying to bring some positivity and a realistic experience, because I don't want to play a part in the high expectations that people feel from social media. I like putting out photos and videos that feel very, and that are very authentic, because I think that there's a lot of value in us absorbing content and material that is a bit more realistic. Can be very, very detrimental to self-esteem of individuals when they're looking at perfect people, perfect jobs, perfect situations all the time, when nobody's really living that. And it's easy to get carried away and forget that although you're seeing everybody's highlight reel, in reality they face similar struggles just like you, and things don't always go their way. And we don't need to get down on ourselves for not living a life like we see others living online. Please let me know down below if this is an experience that you share, if you've been there having high hopes for a piece of work and it just didn't go the way you had planned. I'd love to hear your stories, and I think that other people in the comments would find value in them as well. So please share down below. I'd love to create kind of community down there where we can all be open and honest and vulnerable and real with each other. So reflecting on this piece, I realized that I wanted to add some more darker colors within that light yellow that I have in the middle. I think that it would have looked really great if I was able to pull the pinky reddy colors into there, or even green again, but I just don't love that there's just this blob of yellow, then a blob of green. Here we are at the final look of this painting. Again, it's not the worst thing that I've ever created. It just wasn't what I had planned, but I'm glad that I kept going and fought through, and I hope you're encouraged to do the same thing next time. I really appreciate you guys watching this video with me and listening to me explain my process and explain kind of what went wrong. It still deserved a place up on my wall. I recently hung a few paintings in front of my desk of artwork, mostly from YouTube videos or random drawings that I'm proud of, not so proud of, but all of these pieces of art up on the wall are just a nice reminder to create anyway. Even when I'm not feeling good, when it's not turning out the way it should, create anyway. Thank you so much, guys, for watching.